what goes on? Thank you for letting us be ourselves. So don't mind me if I repeat myself. These simple lines be good for your health. To keep them crime rhymes on the shelf. Live, love life like you just don't care. 5,000 leaders never scared. Raise the noise, it's the moment they fear. Get up, still a beautiful idea. Get up, throw your hands in the air. Get up, and show nobody.
Open your advent calendar, eat all the chocolates and tell the elf on the shelf to keep his big mouth shut. It's Friday, we're live, and it's time for the last leg. Tonight on the show, we sleepwalk into a climate disaster, tiptoe around the Elgin Marbles, and kickstart the International Mullet Championships. And we'll do it all alongside comedians Harry Hill and Jordan Gray and environmentalist Chris Packham on the show that always runs headfirst into the news. Welcome to The Last Leg, the show that's been getting a lot of tweets like this one from Chris this week that said, is it okay or is it coincidence that the first human transmission of swine flu has appeared in the same week that David Cameron became a lord? With me as always, with the pride of Dartmoor, Josh Whittingham, and the man who isn't following COP28 because he hasn't seen the first 27, Alex Brooker! Let's start by saying, for Sunday, happy International Day of Disabled Persons for Sunday.
Yeah.
How are you celebrating? Are you kicking up your heels?
No, it's like our Christmas, isn't it? Mm-hmm. We're going to have a turkey on Sunday, no legs, obviously. Looking forward to seeing what Dr. Claus brings me this year. I got a radar key last year, it was fucking brilliant, so...
I'm looking forward to it.
Are you?
I'm going to walk with a limp. Is that solidarity or disrespectful?
No, solidarity. Yeah, although be careful who you do this to, because sometimes they don't have fingers. So, you know. You've noticed something about the symbol that's on my desk, though, Al.
Yeah, just that's the official symbol for it on your desk.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like my hands. Let's be quite frank about it. It looks like me trying to catch a ball.
Now, while we're talking disabilities, last Saturday, we mentioned on the show, but last Saturday, I was at the National Tennis Centre where the Lawn Tennis Association held the first ever Come and Try Day for what's called para-standing tennis. Now, it's tennis for people with disabilities who don't use a wheelchair. We're going to have a demonstration at the end of this part, but it was an amazing day. It was an incredible day. A load of people turned up from around the world, including Paralympic champion Gordon Reid. I'm not saying I was overexcited by another special guest, but try to find someone in life who looks at you as lovingly as I'm looking at Andy Murray.
You look at Andy Murray like I look at the McDonald's festive menu.
It's like you've just turned round at the altar on Married at First Sight and you can't believe your luck.
You kind of look like you're going, you don't need Judy, you've got me now.
Can I just say, Brooke, he's not married to Judy Murray.
Yeah, I know, but she's like his mentor, isn't she?
All right, OK.
And his mum. No, he's not married to her.
If that was a rom-com, it'd be called 50 Love.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
It's a bit rich, Andy Murray, turning up to Disabled Tennis Day, going, well, this is the one I can win these days.
What was lovely
We all know you've got a hip injury, Andy. You don't fucking qualify, mate.
He posted this special photo of the two of us meeting afterwards, which I thought was really lovely. But check out the guy in the background. It kind of looks like Andy Murray's security.
It looks like Rag and Bone Man's fucking livid, doesn't it?
The weird thing is, that guy's been following me around all week. Every time I try to text Andy Murray, he just walks over. I think I'm safe now. At least on TV, I can probably get away with it. Dear Andy, really enjoyed meeting you. Unbelievable.
By the way... The creepiest thing about that is you started the text with Dear Andy.
Tell you what, regretting my rag and bone man joke now. I'm going to get the shit beaten out of me.
Now, of course, we are live. You can message us throughout the show and ask anything you want. Find us at The Last Leg. Use the hashtag #IsItOK. For example, is it OK that Buckingham Palace is considering legal action after a Dutch translation of a book about the royal family named 2 people who are alleged to have asked about the skin colour of Harry and Meghan's baby? OK, is it OK that we're still unsure whether or not we can actually name those 2 people? So, instead, we're going to play this. Who's that racist? Who's that racist? Who's that racist? Who's that racist? OK, so the game is very simple. All you have... What's that? Sorry? Oh, we can't do that either? Oh, OK, no. No, fair point. No, I do like my MBE. Yep. No, it would be a shame if something happened to it. Yeah, OK. Thank you. Fair point, Your Majesty. Fuck off.
I love that people are feeling sorry for a racist.
On to the news of the week now, and as the COP28 climate conference kicked off in Dubai, Steve said, is it OK that Sunak, Cameron and King Charlie took 3 separate private jets to COP28? Now, let's put this into perspective. The planet has just had the hottest 12 months on record. Ocean temperatures are the highest in recorded history, and Antarctic sea ice is at a record low. Meanwhile, we're holding a climate summit in a country built on fossil fuels, which is a bit like having an AA meeting in a Wetherspoons. It was even reported this week that the president of COP28 secretly used his role to push oil trade with foreign government officials.
Thing is, though, you know what their defence is going to be. They're going to be there, all these leaders all there, and they're going to go, look, we'd only have to take another flight to do this at a later date. So while we're all here now, let's just get it done.
So they're saving fuel.
Yeah, why should Dubai care about climate change? It's already a desert. Like, it's as bad as it's going to get. That's incredibly liberating. You're just like, fuck it. How hot can it get here?
Well, yeah, but the other thing that I read during the week is that with the sea levels rising, I think it was 95% of all infrastructure on the coast in the United Arab Emirates would be wiped out. So they will suffer.
Is that why they're building the fucking big tool shed?
When I went to Dubai, I got off the plane, I walked out of the airport, my glasses steamed up, I thought, this isn't for me, and I left.
So Britain is represented at COP by King Charles and Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who also took along Foreign Secretary David Cameron, or as they like to call him, their working-class friend. It was revealed, though, that all 3 flew to the summit on separate private jets. Is this OK?
I think... My theory is that maybe they got on the planes and it's like Home Alone and they forgot about Rishi like Kevin McAllister.
But what else are they going to do? Like, for me, I understand you can't have the Prime Minister and the King on the same plane. But David Cameron, like, do you know, I reckon he would have gone, well, where should I go? And they're like, either plane. It doesn't really matter, Dave. I think, 2 words, they should have done a road trip.
OK.
All of them in a car together, Charles, Rishi, Cameron driving from London to Dubai, having a few adventures, you film it, you put it on Amazon, you save the planet at the same time, you call it Cop Gear. Look, arriving at COP28 on a private jet is a bit like rocking up to an old folks' home dressed as the Grim Reaper. And it's not just Britain who's doing it. A lot of the Middle Eastern leaders are also flying in on private jets. Sheikhs on a plane. And none of them really seem to care about the environment either. Fakes on a plane. And as we pointed out, a lot of them actually make their money from oil. For fuck's sakes, on a plane. Number 10 released this photo today of the PM on his way to COP. I don't know about you. Do you know what I hear when I see that photo? Tell me more, did you get very far?
Well, I just think they all look so bored. They all look like they can't wait to get back to their seat and the excitement of watching the map of the plane go slowly across the...
Imagine being David Cameron and being told there's no room on the plane, and then you see that picture turn up.
And there seems to be a new genre of photo in the world right now. Rishi Sunak on a plane, surrounded by journalists with a cup of tea in his hand. because that's not the first time it's happened. Here he is in June on his way to Washington, DC. Here he is in May on his way to the G7.
The weird thing is, it's the same cup of tea. He's just a very slow drinker.
I think the fact that he's holding a tea suggests that at some point there was a meeting in which someone asked the question, what do normal people hold? To make it worse, he was in Dubai for 8 hours. He was only there for 8 hours. That's less time than it takes to bake a showstopper. He was in Dubai for the same amount of time that Liz Truss was in Downing Street.
Textbook Rishi, though. Textbook Rishi, 8 hours. He's always struck me as the sort of bloke who'd only do the first night of a stag do.
And look, the big scandal that no one's talking about at the moment is the government actually has an independent advisory body that tells them how to tackle climate change. Now, not only is Rishi Sunak not taking their advice on board, he's been accused of actually attacking them. The Climate Change Committee literally told the government what needs to be done, and the PM replied, and I quote, "Everyone's entitled to their view." These are environmental experts. They're proper scientists. It's not just some bloke on YouTube. What's interesting is that in the lead-up to COP28, the Prime Minister seemed to undergo a slight environmentally aware rebrand. That's right, the guy who flies back and forth from his heated swimming pool via helicopter was touting his green credentials this week. He announced there's going to be... the UK is going to get a new national park. He also unveiled new nature plans. And there's a really interesting thing that's going on. And since the Uxbridge by-election... So you remember the by-election in Uxbridge? The Tories won that by-election by a very small margin, and their big pledge was to stop the expansion of the ultra-low emission zone, or ULEZ.
ULEZ. Sorry, I don't know. I'm not in support of it. Just every time I hear it.
Honestly...
It sounds like you, Reds.
What,
ULEZ.
You're not in support of ULEZ?
No, whoa. Fuck off, Paxman.
So what happened was both parties started to believe that environmental issues aren't that important to voters, but there's a suggestion that the real reason Labor lost Uxbridge wasn't ULEZ.
ULEZ?
Thank you.
Sorry.
It was just that they ran a shit campaign. So the two takeaways for me are, one, people do care about the environment, and two, sure, the Tories based the by-election on ULEZ.
ULEZ.
And yes, they won, but just because two things happen at the same time doesn't mean one caused the other. I mean, I had bad acne when I was a teenager. It cleared up when I was 20. I'm not saying masturbating was the key.
Masturbating? It was too many syllables to do in that voice.
Look, if anything, my last sentence just shows how underqualified we are to give an opinion on climate change. So let's welcome a man who knows more than us. He's a naturalist, he's a photographer, he's a presenter, and he's a climate change campaigner. Please go really wild for Chris Packham. Welcome, sir. Lovely to have you on the show. Thank you for being here. All right. What are your thoughts on COP28?
It has all the promise of being a tragic fiasco.
Oh. Do you think it's going to be a tragic fiasco?
In a way, I perversely hope so. I think it needs to crash and burn completely because all of us serious environmentalists, all of the scientists have lost faith in it for all of the reasons you've already outlined.
Right.
It's a sham. And ultimately, whatever happens is that they come away with pledges and promises which are then immediately broken. I mean, we had the pledge of the Paris Climate Accord.
Yeah.
Trump pulled out straight away. During the COP in Glasgow, we pledged £96 million to help nations adapt to climate change in the global south. We ripped that money off of the budget. And in fact, the Americans have halved their budget for what we call loss and damage. So the loss and damage budget, which they have actually agreed yesterday, in principle, and today our Prime Minister turned up and said that he would agree 1.6 billion pounds.
Yeah.
And the total budget has shrunk to about 21 billion. UN say that to deal with the floods, the wildfires, the loss of crops, the loss of life, is going to take somewhere in the region of 200 to 400 billion. And just to put that in perspective, when you think about it, so if we're pledging to give them 1.6 billion,
Yeah.
not that we probably will, because we pulled out and reneged on that promise last time, in 2022, we subsidised the UK, solely the UK, fossil fuel industry by 13.4 billion. So we're subsidising by 13.4 billion and offering 1.6 to those nations that are on fire, underwater, and people are dying.
So you're saying COP is a bit of a cop-out, realistically?
Well, I went to the COP in Glasgow, and I went for the entire period. And it's not an understatement to say I think that I came away chronically depressed.
Wow.
Well, good to have you on, Chris.
It sounds like a review of this show.
OK, so I also wanted to talk to you about a letter that you wrote to Ant and Dec this week, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Tell us what were the contents of the letter and what inspired it?
Well, I've written to them many times, and not just to Ant and Dec, but to the ITV producers of the programme, and and many, and I'm talking tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people, have serious concerns about the animal welfare, the fact that the animals are being used solely for amusement and entertainment. They reinforce stereotypes, and really they're undoing all of the work that myself and my colleagues do to try and engender a respect for life in the midst of a biodiversity crisis.
Now, I should point out, ITV have said that they have a very strict environmental plan and they're transparent about protocols and all that kind of stuff, and that they do look after the animals. But would you nominate I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here as your Dicks of the Year?
Well, they've got a big dick in there at the moment, haven't they?
Well, I tell you what, that leads me very nicely onto our next bit, because it is time to launch our annual search for the Dick of the Year. Yes, on the day Beyoncé drops the Renaissance Tour movie, we are dropping the Dick in the Balls. Now, last year's ball bags were Liz Truss and Elon Musk, who I think might graduate this year. I think Elon Musk has got a good chance. The ultimate Dick of the Year last year was Matt Hancock. Stiff competition this year. Who do you guys think might be in the running?
Stiff competition, was that a genuine joke?
Yeah. I mean, at my age, not all the time, but...
I mean, for a while, I thought, what with all that business with the spa in the garden, I thought Captain Tom's daughter was in for a little bit. Wow. A little bit of it. But no, I'm going to go... I know Josh nominated it a couple of years ago, but I'm going to go with VAR, because I think VAR has arguably become a bigger dick in the last couple of years, and I think it's one of the most consistent dicks going.
Wow.
Weekly dick. Even Kim Jong-un apparently has the odd good day. So I'm gonna go VAR. It's a massive dick. And look, I'm not just saying it as an Arsenal fan. I don't think, but fuck, Joelinton pushed Gabrielle and they looked three times at it. Right. But yeah, anyway, I just think it's a general thing for all football fans.
Justin Timberlake.
What the fuck have you just said?
I read Britney's book and I thought, I don't like Justin Timberlake. Not enough to nominate him, but I know how much Alex loves him, so I'm nominating him.
Look, our poll for tonight is this. Who are you nominating as your Dick of the Year? Tweet us at the last leg. Use the hashtag Dick of the Year. Next week, we'll whittle it down to the final 6 nominees. The week after that, we'll announce the Dick, the Ball Bags and the Steaming Turd Award for 2023. But you know what they say in showbiz. The dickies don't start till the one-legged guy sings. It's the most wonderful dicks of the year. Who will you pledge for the meat and 2 veg? We just wanna hear. Who's the most wonderful dick of the year? All right. Let's welcome tonight's next guest. She once appeared on The Voice. He's just made a silent film. Let's hope they meet somewhere in the middle. Please welcome comedians Harry Hill and Jordan Gray. Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Harry. Lovely to have you back. Jordan, welcome for the first time.
Thanks so much for having me. It's nice. You're nice. I met you a few weeks ago and I've been a little bit obsessed with you, if you don't mind me saying.
Have you?
We met on Stand Up to Cancer and you was all charming and all nice and lovely.
Yeah.
And as a transgender woman, I think that we would make a very handsome couple because you're missing one leg and I've got a third one I don't even need.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, if yours is a foot, fair play to you. Thoughts on COP28? Do you have strong thoughts on COP28, Jordan?
If the climate wants to change, we should respect that.
Harry?
Well, I mean, the truth is that it's our generation, Chris, that ruined the world. You know, we filled the ocean with plastic and we burnt all the fossil fuels. but, you know, it was a lot of fun. I mean, you know, a bonfire every Sunday afternoon, see how dark you can get the smoke, throw on a mattress or a couple of rubber tyres. Yeah.
Now, look, there was a story this week that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has had a hymn composed in his own honour. So we've written one for Rishi Sunak and his green credentials. Jordan is going to sing it for us at the end of the show. But in some good green news this week, the first transatlantic flight by a large passenger plane powered only by alternative fuels landed in the US. It was operated by Virgin Atlantic, went from Heathrow to New York. It used sustainable aviation fuels that can be made from crops, household waste and cooking oils. Is this a good thing, Chris?
Oh, I mean, it's branch and bullshit, frankly. It's just greenwashing. The Royal Society published a paper in February of this year which said that if the UK, just the UK air industry started to use this type of fuel, then half of the farmland in Britain would have to be given over to using it, and we'd have to double the amount of energy we get from renewables, electricity, in order to satisfy that. And globally, all it means is that we're going to be taking food out of people's mouths to put it into aircraft, or we're going to be cutting down more rainforests where the world's biodiversity lives to grow more fuel to put in aircraft.
Jordan, Harry, thoughts?
Well, surely we'd have to increase the number of chip shops as well. Because putting more food in people's mouths, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anything's an alternative fuel if your imagination is big enough. But try harder.
And look, we mentioned earlier the Paris Standing Tennis Day I attended last weekend, which was thrown by the Lawn Tennis Association. But I want to go back to it because, as is often the case with disability sport, I was kind of blown away by the way different people adapt to their disabilities, especially when it came to tennis. One was a guy called Ross Cudmore, who hit one of the biggest serves I've ever faced with one of the most unusual techniques. And rather than tell you how he serves, we thought we'd bring him along to show you. So let's go meet Ross Cudmore. Again. Lovely to see you. So let's start with this. How long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing tennis for the last 18 years.
18 years. And can you describe the way you serve?
Yeah, so I start racket under my left arm.
Yeah.
The place-up comes from my right arm.
Yeah.
Racket from the right arm. And through, so everything on the right arm.
Show off.
So, let's start with a half-pace serve just to see how this is done.
Oh.
So that's half-pace?
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is ask our guests if you can replicate that. So we have tennis racket down here.
Right. Yeah, OK.
Maybe use one of these foam balls if that's all right. Health and safety. So you've got to tuck it yeah, that's it.
Sorry, madam.
Good try.
No, I'm just hearing we've just been sent a letter by Anton Deck. A tip. What's a tip?
Yeah, the trick with this, you've got to throw the ball slightly higher. Give yourself a bit of time to get the racket out.
Use that one, mate.
Yeah.
OK.
And then throw with your right hand. Throw with your... No, what?
Right.
I mean, you win for that.
What is it? That one.
How did you do that? I didn't even know you were up there until then.
What do you do? What do you do?
Throw with your right hand and then grab the racket and then serve it.
All right. Sorry, I got that wrong. Sorry, I got that wrong.
All right. Ross.
He did throw with the right hand.
He did throw with the right hand. Ross, can you show us a full-pace serve? Because this is what blew me away last weekend. That is unbelievable.
Right.
Go on, you go. No, I reckon we're good, Alex. I reckon we're good. If you want to play parastatic tennis, go to the LTA website. We'll have more last leg for you after the break.
No.
As we kick Greece right in the open mug. I dare you. Go on.
No.
Go on. You're the little boy that just got everything he wanted. We also want to know who you want to nominate is Stick of the Year. Tweet us at the last leg. Use the hashtag Stick of the Year. We'll see you in a little bit. Spot on. Welcome back to Last Leg. We're joined by Chris Packham, Jordan Gray and Harry Hill. If you missed it, Jordan just hit Josh with a tennis ball.
Did you want to say our umpire, then?
Would you like to see it in slow motion?
Oh,
Yes, please.
OK, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. OK, lovely ball toss.
Yep.
Turned it into a backhand.
Oh, yeah.
Straight at Josh.
I'm so sorry.
Where there's a blame, there's a claim.
Now, look, in honour of Chris being here, we do have a new segment tonight, and it's this one. Animals get the horn.
Tell you what we don't have.
Yep.
More budget.
So, scientists this week discovered that the serotine bats have sex without penetration. These bats basically cuddle for an hour, rub up against each other for a bit, and then the male ejaculates. It's pretty much every teenage party I ever went to. The reason there's no penetration is that the male bat's penis is around 7 times longer than the female's vagina, and it has a heart-shaped head that is 7 times wider than the vaginal opening.
So,
Yeah.
Chris, I wanted to impress you, so I've done my research. Serotine bats, right, 22% of their entire body length is their penis. They are a quarter dick. And it got me thinking,
Yeah.
how do they sleep upside down with that weight in them? Now, imagine sleeping
That
down.
is what got you thinking.
Imagine sleeping upside down with that length, like, poking you in the face. Like you'd be using it as a pillow. So, well, I've done my... Look.
This is the first story...
They're a quarter dick. A quarter of them is dick.
Oh, no, I'm not shocked by that. I'm just shocked that this is the first story in 11 years you've researched. Is this, like, unusual, or are there other animals that have ridiculous things like
No,
this?
there are some fantastic penises out there. So, firstly, you've got exploding penises.
What?
So, honeybees, when they're mating,
Yep.
the queen flies up into the sky, chased by lots of drones, the males.
Yeah.
They have what you call an endophallus,
Yeah.
which basically, when they make contact with the female's stinger opening, everts itself due to hydrostatic pressure, pumps the semen into the queen so powerfully, there's an audible pop, and the penis explodes, and the male drops to the ground dead.
No wonder Sting got into tantric sex.
There's an octopus that has a modified arm, which doesn't develop as those that typically reach out with their tentacles.
Here we go.
It forms in a pouch beneath its eye.
Yeah.
When it gets close to a female and the mating conditions are right, that too explodes, detaches from the body, swims to the female, climbs inside her body...
Oh, come off it. Just making it up now.
Once again, the male dies. The female can carry several male octopus's arms around inside her body, and when she wants to lay her egg, she can choose which one she takes the sperm from.
Wow. OK, there was one newspaper
What I
report...
want to do is see Chris doing those anecdotes on celebrity first dates.
One newspaper report this week on the sex lives of a variety of animals included dolphins who are known to mate up to 3 times in 5 minutes. Dolphins also appear... They appear to be addicted to sex play, and males have been seen inserting their penises into sharks' orifices, the gap between turtles' bodies and shells, and even dead fish. Oh. Again, pretty much every teenage party I ever went to. Yes.
My orifices?
Yeah.
Do you mean that, like, there's, like... Do you mean, like, their mouth? So there's, like... Like, 'cause, like, you've got to be pretty brave to put your dick in a shark's mouth with that teeth. So you've got, like, dolphins, like... 'Cause you know those sharks swim around, they've all, like, jaws, like...
Yeah.
And there's, like, a dolphin that swims past, it's like...
Do that Jaws impression again.
Can you do it again? Yeah.
You know, it's like there, and there's a dolphin, it's like... you didn't get it. Just sticking it...
Okay, you
I
said...
said mouths. Wait, did you say mouths?
Oh, I said orifices.
Right, you chose mouth.
How many of them did How many did they have then? What other ones you got?
Well, maybe that's why they call it a blowhole.
Oh, shit, yeah.
All right,
Every goes to school day.
Let's get back to the proper news now. Steve said, is it OK, should we go to war with Greece over the Elgin marbles? Now, this week, Rishi Sunak cancelled a meeting with the Greek Prime Minister in a row over something the British call the Elgin marbles, but the rest of the world call the Parthenon sculptures. So, look, before we go any further, let's explain what the Elgin marbles are. They are a number of ancient artefacts that date back to the 5th century BC. They were taken from the Parthenon and the Acropolis in Greece by the Earl of Elgin in the early 1800s. He says with permission, others say without. He later sold them to the British Museum to pay off debts associated with his divorce. It's basically Shirley Valentine, but if she smuggled Tom Conti back to England in a crate and later sold him to a museum. Now, we were talking about this during the week, and Alex, you said you have no idea what the Elgin marbles look like.
No, I don't. I've spent too much time Googling bat dick. Bat dick. No.
So we're going to play a game now of marbles or not marbles.
OK.
OK. So, I'm going to show you some images, Alex. You have to tell me if they are the Elgin marbles or not the Elgin marbles.
Go on, then.
Let's start with this one. There you go.
Or aren't they those little mints that you get when you go in a restaurant?
Correct. They are... Well, they are white marbles. OK, let's go with this. Elgin marbles or not?
Nah, no chance.
OK.
No. Do they look old? No, they look new.
OK, correct. They are just kids' marbles. Next one.
Nah, it's just a bit of, like, sculpture, isn't it?
Made of marble, it is an actual Elgin... Yes, that is part
Oh,
of the...
so they're not fucking marble?
They're not marble.
Jesus Christ.
All right, next one.
But dolphins, they just swim... Anyway. No, that's right. Oh, here you go. He's been near a He's tried to do it with a shark, isn't he? That geese on the right. That must be... In fact, the last one was, and that's got to be Elgin...
Yes, that is
marble.
actual marble. Yes,
Okay,
next one.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but no.
That's Miss Marple.
Oh, Miss Marple! Of course
one.
it is. That's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Next one.
Happy International Day of Disabilities. Yeah, that's got to be more... now I get it. That's what marbles is, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
They are the actual marbles. And last one. You're correct. She just lost her marbles. All right, so Rishi Sunak claimed the Greek Prime Minister assured him he wouldn't ask for the return of the sculptures during his visit to the UK. But when he did, Rishi said, I don't want to be your friend anymore. That's basically what happened. How do we feel about this?
I wonder if he's just holding on to a bunch of headless statues in case he needs to replace another foreign secretary.
Now, a Greek newspaper carried this kind of blunt headline on Wednesday.
I get the impression they want them back.
I think so. But then King Charles today made his feelings known. He rocked up to COP28, made his speech with the Greek flag on his tie and the Greek colours on his pocket handkerchief.
To me, though, that's got airport present written all over it. He's like, yeah, Prince Harry got me this when he went to Zante.
He actually stole that off a Greek man and won't give it back. That's the worst.
Now, Byron wrote a poem about those marbles. Harry, I believe you have done something similar?
I've had a go, yeah.
Yep,
A little
OK.
poem, an updated version.
Yep.
The Greeks said, we want you to free them. So Rishi, he wouldn't see him. But they know what to do. Just get in the queue and pop down the British Museum.
What are you... I mean, all right. So something like 60% of the British population think we should return them. What do we think?
Yeah, I'd return.
Unless we're going to flog them, give them back.
Yeah.
There is a way.
back.
There is a way of getting the marbles and the Parthenon back together.
Yeah.
If every British tourist who goes to Greece this summer takes a spare suitcase and a hammer, we could nick the Parthenon and
Bring it back here.
that too.
What do you think of the actual marbles?
Well, they haven't. I mean, half of them haven't got any heads, have they? You know, so I mean, there is an argument for updating them with some Greek people that we might have heard of. Like we've got an illustration, I believe.
Oh, OK, yep.
Like George Michael, Stavros Flatley, and Prince Philip.
Now, look, before we go to the break, an ad for a Northern Irish pub went viral this week when it created a tear-jerking Christmas moment that even John Lewis would have loved. Here are some highlights from the low-budget festive shoot.
Lord knows what is hiding in those weak and drunken hearts. Guess he kissed the girls and made them cry, those hard-faced queens of misadventure. Oh, and if I had to bring to be alone or singing, people, help them, nothing will drag you down. Oh, and if I had to bring...
It's a beautiful ad, but, Harry, you think something else is going on here?
Possibly. Roll it again and I'll tell you what I think.
OK, sure.
You got it? Yeah. So he's laying it's Theresa May laying a bunch of flowers on a giant litter tray. There's Ian Sterling and Laura Whitmore with their alcoholic dog. And this is just glorifying lunchtime drinking, which one of the advantages of working from home. And there's the dog.
Can I have a drink? Can I have a very big please?
And then they try and flog him a funeral plan. Give us $3 grand. Yeah. Give us $3 grand and you get a free Parker pen.
All right, we'll have more Last League for you after the break as a British person tries to steal a cultural artefact from Australia. Plus, we want to know who you'd like to nominate for Dick of the Year. Tweet us at The Last League. Use the hashtag Dick of the Year. See you in a little bit. Last League, we're joined by Chris Packham, Jordan Gray and Harry Hill. A few developments in the world of fashion we want to update you on right now. Apparently sleeves that cover your hands are all the rage in what's been called the cosy girl aesthetic. Here's a pic. It's supposed to look like you've borrowed your boyfriend's clothes, but unless she's dating Inspector Gadget, I don't think it's working.
That's not fucking new. Have you ever seen me in a jumper? I've been rocking that for years. Should be called the Cosy Brooker.
I'm very impressed.
I can't wait to see you at Milan Fashion Week, sat next to Anna Wintour.
You strike me as a man of fashion, Chris.
Well, my sister's a fashion designer, so I have to try and fly the flag for the family.
Right. Very fancy. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Jordan, are you fashion or are you fashion faux pas?
I'm fashion, but it's the thing. So I don't normally wear berets. I'm wearing a beret tonight because a really nice lady sent it to me, this designer, lady called Tina Crawford. She's sewed a picture of me into the top of this beret, right, from a poster that's of me from my tour. I'm nude on that poster, but I've got a microphone covering the Jane Thomas area.
We've got that poster, so it looks like this. There you go.
So what she's done is she's used the bubble on the top of the thing to be that bit, and I'll show you now. Is it that camera there? I'll just show you. This is what she's done. That's me. With a little... Can you see that, Harry? I don't know if you can see the little...
Yeah,
little
I
bubble.
can.
Yeah.
Careful with that, it might explode.
Yeah.
And, Harry, I noticed today that Rishi Sunak seems to be adopting one of your fashion traits. Have a look at this from the plane.
Is he jacking my swag?
Now, while we're still talking fashion, for £695, this striking Balenciaga towel skirt will make you look like you just hopped out of the shower. Thoughts?
Yeah. I went into Balenciaga to buy that. They'd run out, so I got the hat instead. And I also got the cape. They do this nice cape.
Now, earlier we talked about the Elgin marbles and whether they were stolen from Greece. This next story makes me kind of understand how they feel. So there's a British man by the name of Dr. Alistair Bush. He's currently in Australia. He's about to compete in the World Mullet Championships to raise awareness for testicular cancer. We spoke to him a few weeks ago on the show, but we can cross-live to him now in downtown Curry. Hello, Dr. Alistair Bush.
Hello, how are you guys?
Fine, and to prove you are in outback Australia, the Wi-Fi is terrible. How are the preparations going?
Yeah, good, thanks, good. Here at the moment, it's all building up, lots going on, people are arriving, but no competition yet.
Okay, so Harry is going to give you a bit of a pep talk right now. Take it away, Harry.
Yeah, don't go too far there. Don't cut it too tight to your head or you'll end up... This is an Australian accent. You'll end up with a Mohican. Mohican. It's not real. It's not real. He doesn't know. He's never...
Alistair, we're all rooting for you.
Yeah,
we'll all keep an eye on you. Good luck, and I hope that pep talk helped.
Very much. Bringing it home.
Like I've got all this stuff.
Now, we did a bit of research. There's a number of family events at the Mullet Championships. There's a water pong, but they've got something called the Last Leg Shoe Flick in honour of our show. The game involves kicking a shoe and aiming to land it on a table 5 metres away. So in honour of the World Mullet Championships, honouring us, we're going to do it live in the studio right now. It's the Last Leg Show Flick. All right. So, here's how it works.
I'll tell you what, a dolphin would love your mouth like that.
So the idea is you balance a flip-flop, or as we call them in Australia, thongs, balance it on your foot, and then try and get it in my mouth. I don't even think I can balance it on my foot at the moment. OK, ready? Oh, I've gone short. One by one, everyone have a crack.
Yeah. Oh, this is tense. Go on, Josh.
Oh, no. Alex.
Here we go. This is what they call the money shot.
Oh! Definitely the closest so far, Chris.
Oh, I smell a BAFTA.
Oh, it's the shoes that... Oh! I'd say Alex is the closest right now.
Right, watch out, Josh.
You've got this, Harry. You've got this, Harry.
Who said light entertainment was dead?
It's Alex! Alex, you are the winner of that. That is amazing. We'll have the last thing for you after the break. Josh is going to wrap up the last 7 days. Jordan's going to sing a hymn for Rishi. See you in a little bit. Welcome back to Last Leg. We're joined by Chris Packham, Jordan Gray and Harry Hill. Josh has been chiselling away at the last 7 days. What have you got?
Got some great clips for you. Would you like to see the sweetest moment of a young boy sharing his joy at his new role in the school nativity?
Yes, please.
Guess what I am for the nativity? I'm a classic one.
Classic role, is it? Classic part?
Yeah.
Joseph?
No.
One of the Three Wise Men?
No.
One of the innkeepers?
No.
Press button to answer. Call rejected. But it's a classic part?
Yeah.
OK, you tell me then, because...
I'm door holder number 3. I'll be holding doors.
That's amazing! Holding doors for who?
Probably, Joseph and Mary.
Oh, my gosh, were you pleased when they said that?
Yeah.
What did you do?
And I was like, I'm a door holder. Get in there. Let's go. Yes.
Take that heartwarming moment and try and let it carry you through this brutal footage of everyone's favourite, the kiss cam, at a recent NBA game.
Oh, I said it before and I'll say it again. That was like every teenage party I ever went to.
Right, this will cheer you up. Would you like to see a glitzy fundraising company posting a snazzy Insta ad only for it to cut off at an inopportune moment?
Yes, please.
Still dreaming of winning this luxurious Cotswolds house worth £3.5 million? Well, come with me. Let's take a look around. You could soon be waking up in this palatial main bedroom before taking a
All right, we asked you for your Dick of the Year nominees. I'm just going to read through a random selection. Rishi Sunak, Suella Braverman, ChatGPT, Robert Jenrick, Suella Braverman, Putin, Suella Braverman, Rishi Sunak, the bellend who chopped down the tree, Vladimir Putin, Elon Musk, Suella Braverman. There are... Next week, we'll announce the 6 nominees and you can choose. Jordan is about to close the show with a green hymn we've written for Rishi Sunak. But before she does, would you please thank our guests, Chris Packham, Jordan Gray, and Harry Hill, and my co-hosts, Josh Widdicombe and Alex Brooker. We'll be back next week with comedian Kevin Bridges and politician Baroness Varsi. But right now, since North Korea's Kim Jong-un commissioned a hymn for himself this week, we've composed one for Rishi Sunak to be sung right now by Jordan Gray. Thanks for watching The Last Leg. My name's Adam Hills. See you next week for the next leg.
Well, I heard there was a secret deal. Suella agreed and then revealed. But you don't really talk about her, do ya? You're so obsessed with being seen as someone who is really green. And then you fly around the world in your helicopter. Helicopter, everyone. Helicopter, what an arsehole. Helicopter, helicopter. You vowed to keep the planet cool, then you changed the law to heat your pool. Our climate worries seem to bounce right off ya. So you announced a national park and left us all to build an ark while you fly around the world in your helicopter. Helicopter.